Does low-carb and intermittent fasting diets cause binge eating? Hello folks, Scientific Health with a K here. Let's talk about this recent study concerning low-carb diet and intermittent fasting diet related to binge eating. First, let us read the title. Cravings for carbs, food craving and disordered eating in low-carb dieters and its association with intermittent fasting. This study focused on people following no diet, non-dieters, low-carb dieters, and with or without intermittent fasting. In other words, their focus was low-carb dieters following intermittent fasting. The researchers conducting this study provided questionnaires to the subjects asking them about their relationship around food, their cravings, and their inclinations to binge eat. People with eating disorders were excluded from this study. The majority of the subjects of this study were mostly women with normal BMI and body weight. The researchers followed a binge eating scale and they found that low-carb dieters were 16 on the scale and no dieters were 10. This means that 39% of the subjects had binge eating disorder. As for the non-dieters, they found that they are 13%. This means that people following low-carb diet were 3 times more probable to binge eat. The types of food that they found they were binging on were pasta and bread. These are the exact foods they were avoiding and calling them cognitive restraining foods. To put it differently, these are the same foods that they were trying to avoid and they are the same foods they are binge eating on. Now let us read some tiny parts from the study concerning the discussion that happened between the researchers and the subjects. Although LC diets, low-carb diet, appears to be a successful way to lower body weight, our data reveal that this restrictive diet is related to worse eating attitudes. Specifically, they reported higher binge eating symptoms, cognitive restriction, and food cravings. Furthermore, individuals with disordered eating attitudes tend to disregard context, frequency, and quantity of food, and their attunement with the current state of the body. Making choices based on established beliefs, this diet mentality is described in one of the questions of the adapted subscale of the cognitive restriction toward carbohydrates. I don't eat some food, source of carbohydrates, because they make me fat. This means that these people are following a very restrictive diet that is pushing them to binge eat on the same foods they are avoiding in the first place. Let us read another part from the study. For low-carb dieters, the anticipation of relief from negative states and feelings was greater, indicating the possible use of food to deal with emotions. Here is the result of the whole study. These results indicate that restrictive dietary attitudes towards food, particularly carbohydrate consumption, suppress facets of positive reinforcement and responsiveness for cues that may trigger food cravings, with a consequent rise of guilt, which positively correlates with cognitive restraint toward carbohydrates. I am not saying that low-carb diets are bad, but if you can manage to follow a low-carb diet and you are okay with it, good for you. If it leads you after 1 week of following this diet to binge eat, then I think you might consider changing this diet. And the way I see it, the best diet is the diet that you can stick to and it is flexible to your lifestyle. So, please take things easy, consider a dietitian, and check out with your doctor. If you feel the need to learn more, you can check out the other videos. And please stay safe.